This week, we will introduce you to the basic concepts in machine learning and show you some example notebooks using scikit-learn, a popular machine learning library in Python. You won't be an expert in machine learning after this week, but you will be able to go through and understand machine learning analysis, the basic ones, as well as create simple machine learning tasks in Python. You will build upon this knowledge and know more about machine learning after taking the machine learning class in this MicroMasters. So take this week as an appetizer to what's coming later. Since this week is about machine learning, let's start by defining what that means. We hear this term a lot these days, used in many contexts, so it's good to start out with a solid definition of what machine learning means. By the end of this video, you should be able to explain what machine learning is and list 3 applications of machine learning encountered in everyday life. Machine learning is a field of study that focuses on computer systems that can learn from data. That is, these systems, often called models, can learn to perform a specific task by analyzing lots of examples for a particular problem. For example, a machine learning model can learn to recognize an image of a cat by being shown lots and lots of images of cats. This notion of learning from data means that a machine learning model can learn a specific task on its own. The machine learning algorithm is programmed to learn from the data, but there's nothing in the algorithm or program which directly aims to learn the given task. In other words, machine learning models are not given the step-by-step instructions on how to recognize the image of a cat. Instead, the model learns on its own what features are important in determining whether a picture contains a cat from the data that it has analyzed. Because the model learns to perform this task from data, it's good to note that the amount and quality of data available for building the model are important factors in how well the model learns from the task. Because machine learning models can learn from data, they can be used to discover hidden patterns and trends in the data as well. These trends and patterns lead to valuable insights into the data. Thus, the use of machine learning allows for data-driven functions to be made for a particular problem. So to summarize, the field of machine learning focuses on the study and construction of computer systems that can learn from data without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning algorithms and techniques are used to build models to discover hidden patterns and trends in the data, allowing for data-driven decisions to be made. Machine learning has been used in many different applications, many of which you probably encounter in your everyday life, perhaps without even realizing it. One application of machine learning that you likely used this past weekend or even just today is credit card fraud detection. Every time you use your credit card, the current purchase is analyzed against your history of credit card transactions to determine if the current purchase is a legitimate transaction or a potentially fraudulent one. If the purchase is very different from your past purchases, such as for a big-ticket item in a category that you'd never show an interest in, or when the point of sale location is from another country, then it will be flagged as a suspicious activity. In that case, the transaction may be denied, or you might get a phone call from your credit card company to confirm that the purchase was indeed made by you. This is a very common use of machine learning that's encountered in everyday life. Another example application of machine learning encountered in daily life is a handwritten digit recognition. When you deposit a handwritten check into an ATM, or a machine learning process is used to read the numbers written on the check to determine the amount of the deposit. Handwritten digits are trickier to decipher than typed digits due to the many variations in people's handwriting. A machine learning system can sift through different variations to find similar patterns to distinguish a 1 from a 9, for example. Recommendations on websites is another example application of machine learning that most people have experienced firsthand. After you buy an item on a website, you will often get a list of related items. Often this will be displayed as customer who bought this item also bought these items, or you may also like. These related items have been associated with the item you purchased by a machine learning model and are now being shown to you, since you may also be interested in them also. This is a common application of machine learning used often in sales and marketing. These were just a few examples among many. As we have discussed, data science has its roots in statistics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and computer science, among other fields. So machine learning is a part of this field that encompasses the algorithms and techniques used to learn from data. There are a number of other terms we hear in conversations about machine learning. The term data mining became popular around the time that the use of databases became commonplace. So data mining was used to refer to activities related to finding patterns in databases and data warehouses. There are some practical data management aspects to data mining related to accessing data from databases, but the process of finding patterns in data is similar to machine learning and often uses similar algorithms and techniques. Predictive analytics is another term, and it refers to analyzing data in order to predict future outcomes. This term is usually used in the business context to describe activities such as sales forecasting or predicting the purchase of behavior of a customer. But again, the techniques used to make these predictions are the same techniques for machine learning. As we have discussed before, data science is a new term that's used to describe the process of processing and analyzing data to extract meaning. And again, machine learning techniques can also be used here. Because the term data science became popular at the same time that big data began appearing, data science usually refers to extracting meaning from big data. So it includes approaches for collecting, storing, and managing big data, as well as machine learning. To summarize, in this lecture, we've discussed what machine learning is and how it is being used in our daily lives. Machine learning models learn from data to perform a task without being explicitly programmed. They are used to discover patterns and trends in the data and allow for data-driven decisions to be made for the problem being studied. We also discussed in this lecture some examples of how machine learning is being used. We see from the example applications that machine learning can be applied to many different areas, and it's practically everywhere.